Kids 101!
Hey kids and crew! Today we are here playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Again, this is episode 2, and I'm just going to say this again. The disclaimer in the beginning may sound like a joke, but it's real. This game gets spooky. Don't know when, but eventually it does get spooky. So let's just get right into this. I can't remember the voices I gave them. Hi again, Brian. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha 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 ha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I can keep my word. Well, back to the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promises, Brian. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan us to come here to hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga's literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Brian always gives the best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with my busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You guys are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come you and Brian can become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri, you brought me something today, you know? What? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry. Yuri wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Unless she stabs me. That wouldn't be very nice, would it? Is that so? Yeah, it wouldn't make a big deal if you didn't want it to be. All right. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book out that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read so you can keep your attention, and even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is how a girl acts on my being so cute. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. Look forward to hearing what you think. Can you tell me what book it is? Yes, not. Now that everyone's settled on, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. So Yuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice an intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious about talking to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems in the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... In that book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. That's a lie, I bet you. I bet you she just got the book so then we could be reading buddies. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have 2 copies of the same book. Ah, well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. That's not though. That's not how anybody even works. It's like, would you buy the first Harry Potter book twice if you knew you already owned one? No, you wouldn't. Why would you do that? Unless it was like a collector's edition, but I don't know. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and a relatable story. Is it about a literature club that is really Doki Doki? It better be, because that'd be very relatable. What's it about anyways? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book titled Portrait of Markov. It's like Portrait of Okay. Book. Is it a real book? Alright, that's not a book. Maybe it's a book in the Bible or something. I don't know. I tried my best to do some theory work, but I tried my best. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. How is this relatable? I'm kind of a little worried. How is this relatable in any sense? Like human, like scientific studies? What's going on here? This is so relatable, Yuri. I'm on to you. I'm on to you. It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Brian? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be so completely different. It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge you to look at the life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because they have their own goals or their own philosophy they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they may have to be the naive for letting the plain sides. This sounds very odd and specific, and I have a bad feeling. Just saying, Yuri gives me the creeps. She might be evil, probably evil. Or could be friend, but I think she's evil. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing slow my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. But it's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Just let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put in my bag. All right, it's fine if I say you're right. I'll slip in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that something I'm not very used to. That's reading company of someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I am distracting you or anything. All right. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. As if I could feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particular bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Yeah, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, and then hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little, and our soldier's arm is touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page. Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to the side. But I'm holding it like this. We're in huddle even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if the warmth of Yuri's face if she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again. Our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, all right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. This is so awkward. Brian, you're bad at this. You're really bad at this. Yuri no longer asking us for money to turn the page. Instead, I'd assumed that she's finished the page before me, so I turned by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. So what if at the end she's like, so, what'd you think? And you're just like, I haven't been reading. I've just been turning the page. It'd be the worst ever. And I bet you that's probably going to happen to increase the awkwardness to its full capacity. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over her side as she catches on her own thumb. Hey, Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. She also has second guesses all the time she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I could see in your head or anything, but they kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remained silent for a moment. But Brian, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Sorry. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Well, wait. Oh, my God. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. How am I supposed to voice when it's just ... I guess I meant more it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read with you? I guess you don't have to... I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, I feel free to finish the first few chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make some mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, and I've never really done this before. Well, you know everyone's ready. Why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Nasuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching in their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm thinking way too much about this. I'm gonna go with my boy Yuri. Yuri seems most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, and then ends up covering her whole face. Oh. He's gonna hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then he looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. He traces her fingers along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I'm able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through them myself, I've kind of learned to pick up on them. My terrible stuttering actually goes along with the character, so that's a good. I think most noticeable thing I recognize in these new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and form fit the two together. The end results both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Dang it! I just made a comment about stuttering, and then she's like, oh wait, no, she doesn't do that anymore. I decided. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing a simple poem. Not just finding them, building them, just getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example of trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thoughts and process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as it's a rare opportunity for her. Alright. As if that's a rare opportunity for her when she got the opportunity yesterday. Not yesterday in real life. I'm actually filming this last week. But, she's just the way is just she's so do want to share your poetry, Yuri? And she's like, nah, mate. But now she's all excited. Make up your freaking mind. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? I thought of that. I'm bad at not poetry. I mean, I'm bad at poetry, but I'm bad at cursive. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The land remaining streetlight to have withstand the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening of blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. It's not that your handwriting's bad, I'm just bad at reading cursive. What? I wasn't thinking of that at all. It took you a long time to read, because I can't freaking read cursive very well. I'm sorry, Yuri. Well, it's just I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's so short, it was very well descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easily to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. How do you say hoo-hoo? Is it like a laugh? I don't understand. I'm sorry. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Brian. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you only did glance over it after all. Remember, the poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. Is that the point of poetry? They usually do more to it than a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon left with nothing. That's a lot more soul in putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn for you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know what? I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Brian.
Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? Alright, Monica is my top waifu out of all of them, but I picked Yuri first because we just had a conversation. It would have been weird if I didn't. So I'm thinking either Sayuri or Monica. I'll do Monica.
Hi, Brian. Having a good time so far?
Yep.
Good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like the new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Chords.
Don't worry, Brian. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we all have to learn to get past soon.
Yeah, this is true. I handed Monica my poem.
Great job, Brian. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri liked this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary symbolism?
Yup. Do it on purpose.
Unlike Yuri, he likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze it on the nuisance.
Alright. So Yuri likes to do very happy and sad with big words. Sayuri is happy and sad in small words. Nasuki is just cute in small words. Does that mean she's cute in big words? Since Monica's my favorite, maybe I could try to find my way around it. Could work. I don't know. It could work. Maybe it will. I don't know.
It can take years of practice, what I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I've never really asked though. I'm sure
I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find some style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help find who suits you the most. Dang it, she's all of them. She's so freaking complicated. So don't force yourself to write that way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah, this is a dating simulator, Monica. Get it right. I did that wrong. Get it right. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for somebody who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see you hide your feelings. Well, let's read it then. Hole in Wall. Isn't that a TV show on Cartoon Network?
Tim, get down low. Go, go, go. Get under there, Tim.
Get there. Move that chin. Move the chin.
I think that was. And then there'd be a hole and they had to try to do the shape so they wouldn't get knocked into the water. All right. Hole in the wall. Could have been me. See the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. Just the little hole wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Oh, I could go up and down. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And on the other side was looking in. What? So, what'd you think? It's very free form. I like if it's that what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Was that the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, but it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's friends with each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. Try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Other way to think about it, this. If you ever keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a dark puddle of ink. What kind of pens do they use? Because that's not how it works. Just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. It's a literature club, not a writing club. This isn't a poem group, all right? It's not a poem group. Why do you give this information? Are we going to do a poem every day? Because that wouldn't make much sense, would it? Monica doesn't make much sense. Sayori. This is a good poem, Brian. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. I'm the only kind of guy that's writing poems in this spare time.
I guess you're right, but that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It kind of reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room.
Well, of course. Not really into it, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Brian. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori's seen the full picture of my motive here. Well, of course she doesn't, because she's oblivious, remember? Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that. There, this is way easier to read.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow on my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
That's the best ending to a poem ever.
I want breakfast.
Yay. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah.
I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? Sounds like just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you're late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. She's right. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, y'all. Do not forget about breakfast. It's the best. For breakfast today, I had Eggos, and they're delicious.
I was kind of influenced considering all I got a bunch of tweets about season 3 of Stranger Things confirmed, and 11 likes Eggos a lot. It was like, I want Eggos. So I had an Eggo, and it was freaking delicious. And I had extra butter and extra syrup, and I loved it. And I'm going to continue with the video and stop getting sidetracked.
I get it all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, Monica top waifu. Yup, she is the best waifu.
And if I'm gonna write the best poem ever,
well, I guess look forward to it. Natsuki, I don't want to! Ugh.
well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me.
I just snorted. What the?
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. I just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes?
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that I like it.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can rake. Owls can sneak. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. That's about it. This is my favorite. This is the best. Hold on. Can I just... I'm gonna, like, if we ever have to write poems in school, I'm just gonna copy and paste this one. This is quality content.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks I'm writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard.
That one really did hit me hard. I really felt the emotion. I almost cried, you know. I almost cried because of the beauty of that poem. I hope you know that, Natsuki.
Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
The only nice thing about it is simple writing that puts it more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme for at the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect it from the youngest one here, did you?
Guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. Didn't really care about how old everyone is, but Snooki feeling proud that I won't take anything away from her. Phew. Guess that's everyone. Glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Yeah, very. That was scary. It was as if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I mean, I think you did better than Natsuki. I mean, I liked it. It was some quality content. Because it was funny. But she didn't mean for it to be funny. But it was still funny. This is a literature club after all. I know, right? I sigh. Guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes went on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchanged sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrowed in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Eh?
Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
Guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant
the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked for someone who actually liked it. That's not gonna work. Which people did, by the way. Siri liked it, and Brian did too. So based on that, I gladly gave you some suggestions on my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particular inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Huh! And Brian liked my poem too, you know. He even told me I was impressed by it. Nasuki suddenly stands up. Oh! Didn't realize you're so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Huh? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up again as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Brian appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? How do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who... I'm going to skip that one. Nasuki! Nasuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned to me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Brian! She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Brian. Wait, there's a reason why I have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way you can convey complex feelings and meaning most efficiently. Avoiding them is not only necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Brian? Well? How would I get dragged this in the first place? Also, it's not really giving me any choices here. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with will probably think I'm more highly of me. Oh, of course it's gonna be... Alright, they did just give me a choice. Of course it's going to be... Okay, not Nasuki. Yuri. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by the tail. If it hollers, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Nasuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand, Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's not secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, becoming something really personal. That's why Nasuki felt threatened when you said her own poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Nasuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Nasuki, I think that's enough. You both said something that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Nasuki clenches her fist. In the end, nobody's taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant, only because she can't handle the pressure. I ended up even feeling a little bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps me take a walk and clear my head. Scary, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll spare me from having to look at your faces right now. Without warning, Nasuki snatches at her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Nasuki! She really didn't need to do that. I looked across the room. Yuri's her chin buried her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right? I'm just so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think anything any less of you. Well, all right, I believe you. Thanks, Brian. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. It's one thing that Nasuki did. About you now.
I would never do anything so shameful. So, what did Isuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna make her go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Alright, let's see what this assignment is. Okay, everyone. It's the time for us to leave. How'd you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was all right. Well,
Mostly, I thought she left. Brian, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. What? It's a literature club, Monica.
Also, I was talking to my friend about this game. My friend Aunt Doki, if you're watching. Hey, my friendo. Is it? I was saying Monica, but it could be Monica, which probably makes more sense considering the location. But I'm gonna continue saying Monica. Maybe you've learned something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, did I learn a little bit more about the kind of poems everyone likes? With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those who I want to impress. I nodded myself with newfound determination. Brian, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sari beams at me. It surely has been a while since Sari and I have spent this time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Nasuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's the really first time I've seen anyone fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. Everyone keeps taking it to like the worst possible extreme. It's so not good. Well, except, Monica's been kind of chill about it, but it's like, oh yeah, is it normal they argue? You hate them. You want them to die. It just doesn't make much sense. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Brian, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
I don't think Siri still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Siri. Pat Siri on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Siri as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay, yeah, let's do this.
Alright. I'm trying to go for Monica. Not Monica. Monica's not an option. Yuri. Frightening. Misfortune. What? Contamination. Eternity. Uncontrollable. Depression. Alright. Melancholy. Unrestrained. Massacre. Promise. Alright. Grief. What? Destiny. Vibrant. Whirlwind. Determination. Nightgown. What? Alright. Peaceful. No. Wonderful. No. Disaster. Vivid. Alright. And I'm going to end that episode here. Home to this video of us playing Doki Doki Literature Club. Things haven't gotten scary yet, but I have a good feeling about next episode. Well, I have a bad feeling, but that's kind of good. So, home to this, subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye. See you guys. Bye.